I call it serial entrepreneur. I go with any opportunity, whether it's a single family, multi-family, hotel, retail, office center, car wash, campground, restaurant, you name it. If I can make a money, I am there. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. This whole square is a money.
Once he knows he wants to go in this business, he will go all the way. He will not back out till he achieves that.
Danny's that kind of man. You know, he does things because they're the right thing to do.
I've watched him take over struggling things and turn them into successes. Where others would run away, he runs forward.
He's a good leader, you know, and he's a solid individual.
He's shown me a lot in the 3 years I've been around, and he's shown me a lot of stuff I didn't know in the past 3 years.
He is a fine example of an individual coming as an immigrant from India.
So originally I'm born in Baroda, in Gujarat. But my father was a judge. So when you are a district judge and all that, you have to go around entire Gujarat state every 3 years. So we keep going one town to another. So I must have done kindergarten in a Bhuj. I must have first grade in Himmatnagar, maybe fourth grade in a Palanpur. Went from there to Ahmedabad in a CN Vidyalaya. And then I came to MS University in Baroda, naturally. My inspiration is Sayajirao Gaekwad. Sayajirao Gaekwad puts the largest impression on me that if you ever have wealth, then use for others. So he has a tremendous impression on my life. I saw my father's power, my uncle's power, collectors, commissioner. As soon as they retire, the power literally disappears. So that is where I told my mother, I said, Mom, I don't want to be IPS, IAS or any officer. I want to stay in the power with my own work. So I had a Patel friends and he was going to America. So he sold me his brick factory, of course at the 10 times more value than that, but I thought at least I'm in the business. So that's how I started my journey. So I met my wife Manisha. I think she was very young, maybe 10 years old so. She was very tomboyish and she plays this, she played marbles, she played cricket, she played every boy's game and we never paid no attention.
Like not even friends that time, just like knowing each other, you know. So, and then we become good friends and then he kind of proposed me.
So that's where we become boyfriend and girlfriend and she's still with me today and I'm lucky to have her on my side. I think God must have given me the wisdom. There is a weird thing happened after me and Manisha had a wedding. She came to America to meet her parents. And she and her dad, I think they win $50,000.
The whole family got so happy, you know. I said, oh my goodness, you know, just 2 weeks you get married and you won lottery. So he is actually, I called India that, hey, I won the lottery, $50,000.
So I thought it's a 50,000 rupees. So I asked her, is this dollar or rupees? She said, no, dollar. I said, okay, that's a good one. Then let's come and we'll spend.
I went to pick him up in a limo. I didn't have a car that time. When he's coming first time, I gotta give him the grand entry.
And when I came to America, I realized Oh my God, nobody even know my last name. Nobody knows me. I have no privilege of my father being a judge and my grandfather being colonels. So you have to start very humble in America. My father he was pretty upset when I was leaving. So he said, what are you gonna sell, a newspaper on a footpath like others do? I said, Dad, whatever it takes. He said, yes, whatever it takes, I accept that. Because he says, I raise you better than that. I had no business experience of America. So I met the guy, his name is Firdosh, and he had a small stationery store. It was 400 or 500 square foot on the Bergen Line in New Jersey. And I went to see him and just tried to buy his store actually, and he started training me, and I trained myself. And for hours and hours in a month, I was walking and distributing flyers because I learned from Sam Walton's book that if you distribute flyers and the money, then you are in. So that's how I did, and I started. The business was almost $200 a day between 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., and I brought it to almost $3,000 a day. And I realized, eureka moment, I said, this is it. I can do the same for me. And then we had a little saving, as Indian wives do, and we started business in $18,000 in Orlando. So I thought I made $15,000 in 45, 50 days. That's unheard in my life. I said, that's it. And then within a month, we start making one store, 2, 3, 4, and I never stopped. Meanwhile, remember, we were a young couple. Meanwhile, we decided to have family. Manisha was pregnant, and I said, oh, so what do we do?
And then I said, we need to slow down from the store business because now I want to settle down with the kids and all that.
So we were looking for a little bigger town, but not too big. And then Ocala was perfectly suitable. So we decided to go on that side.
In 91 December we came in Ocala, and 92 Karan, my first child, was born in 92.
The first home that I know of, this was before I was born. We've seen it, we've gone back. It was in the office of an RV park. It wasn't a house, it was an office. It was the backside of an office. So they lived in there.
It was a very tough and very place. It was a very scary place also, but we survived.
I'm very passionate about everything, but I was not very passionate about store running.
I told him, why don't you go in a business where we don't have to work daily, morning to night. So I said, I will manage the store and you just go out and just go or browse around, like where we can go.
She said, you like real estate, you like hotels, because I spend a lot of money in a hotel. So I thought, I want to do hotels or something like that, real estate. And she said, you search new avenue, something. So I said, no, I want to go in a hotel. So then I start searching hotels and looking people, trying to find somebody who can help me, and then start going into the hotel. I was very unsuccessful first few years, but then I get the hang of it just like anything else and build small hotel, big hotel, medium hotel.
He's competitive, and that's a driver for him. He wants to win. And he hires people that want to win. The interesting thing about Danny as a manager is that he started in many of his businesses on the ground level, so he understands our industry because he's done the job.
He's one developer that thinks the process through, not only just for the little piece,
that he's working on right now, but he's thinking all the way through to the end game.
Right. Then this whole square is a one whole square.
Right. And Danny's always thinking about the project from that very beginning, conception phase, all the way to the end. This decision is going to matter 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and he thinks of exactly what difference that decision will make throughout the process. And so it's very educational working with him. It's very enjoyable.
He means a lot to Ocala. I mean, we're sitting in a hotel that, you know, years ago didn't exist, obviously. But when Danny did this hotel, he really raised the level of, you know, what hotels look like, you know, here in Ocala. So he raised the bar for a lot of people.
So my dad's he's had a foot in every kind of business I can imagine, whether it's from manufacturing to information technology to real estate to hotels to restaurants, every facet of hospitality, from management companies all the way to just singular properties.
Anybody that cares about job creation, that's what Danny does. Anybody that cares about trying to build an economy, that's what Danny does. Anybody who wants to build friendships, that's what Danny does. I mean, he's been so successful at the different businesses he's been in, but personally what I like about it, because I've run my campaigns on job creation, is the fact that he's adding jobs all the time.
In Ocala, we're employing around 450 people. I have unique businesses. I have a car wash. When I bought the car wash from my friend, I think at that day we have 105 employees. Typical car wash has 8 employees or 7 employees, or sometimes self-service. When I saw that, I was original founder with that. And then I told my son, this is the best way to understand. This is the lowest job. Nobody wants to rub a car in 100-degree, temperature. And that's what I want. I bought my first business for my son as a car wash so he can see how hard people work.
His sons are not privileged. They're exposed to what it takes to build something from the ground up. They learn the work ethic of determination. You may not be the fastest, the smartest, or the prettiest.
Working with my father, every day you learn a new lesson. Every single day it's a new lesson. If I'm with him for 5 days, I learn 5 new lessons that I can take back with me. He's more my mentor. He provides guidance every day, more than my friend.
He's a teacher, and I'm a student in this game. And as long as I try to stay on his coattails so I can absorb everything he knows, because he's been in so many different industries. It's very helpful for me to have a mentor that is knowledgeable about the subject matter that they're talking about or teaching about.
He has an energy level. I have maybe 10% of that energy. That is, and I'm trying to teach my boys also, because at this age they get tired, but my husband never gets tired. So I teach my boys, make sure you learn from dad, how come you get tired and he's still driving around, coming home, he's still talking about the business and all that, and that's what I hope my boys learn from him.
So I joined Republican Party with the incident. So I sold the gas station, and my attorney told me you have to pay 29% or 30% capital gain, and I had no idea. I came from India. He said you have to pay capital gain. I said, what is that? He said, this is what you do. And I said, who built these rules? I said, I don't believe it. I'm not going to pay it. So then attorney get really concerned, and he was a Republican guy. He says, do you like government to interfere in business? I said, no. So he says, sounds like you are Republican. I said, I have studied political science and I understand Republican, but I don't have much hang of it because I was new. So he explained me, and I start reading, and then I realized that looks like I'm a Republican. So he said, you should go and register yourself. If you want your voice need to be heard. I said, yes, my voice need to be heard. So he said, then go and register which party you like. So I registered myself as a Republican.
We've been brought up with Republican values. Me and my brother both agree with his philosophy on life, his conservative outlook. He's hosted many different politicians from the state level all the way to the national level, the federal level.
Danny is the largest fundraiser of anybody in our county. There's no question about that. Whenever people come to this town, if you don't have Danny at your fundraiser, you've made a mistake. He rallies the business people in our community to get behind somebody and to make sure that they get elected.
Danny has gotten to connections that a lot of people don't get. Danny's reaching out. You mentioned the mayor, myself. You know, we all have high positions, and he knows the governor of the state of Florida. But he is an individual that we count on, because when we need to get something done or accomplished, we reach out to him. He knows who to call. He knows who to talk to influence for the good.
I give Danny a hard time. I'm sure he's an expensive friend to have. He was probably here last week with Governor Scott, who's going to be the next senator from the great state of Florida. Yeah!
So what I understood, that Indian community was not very in the politics when I came here. Indian American need to be there. We need to be on the table. There is an old saying, if you are not on the table, you will be on the menu. And I don't want to be on the menu. I want to be sitting on a table when the government, any government, Democrat or Republican, taking decision, they think of us. Only time they will remember us if we are active in a politics, which is our weakest point in America, is our that. But right now, the tables are nicely turned. Out of 4 candidates, I think 2 is Indian. Ramaswamy, even the governor, Bobby Jindal. So Ahoa also started Political Action Committee when the Ash Patel, he was the chairman, and we told him that why can't we have PAC? Now Ahoa PAC is one of the 2% top PAC of United States in Washington, D.C. I'm honored to be chairman of governmental affair committees and trying to set a precedent that give first, ask later. So I'm trying to educate my friends and those who believe in me, and I'm very successful in that way, that they respect me and they understood me, because the charity begins from the home, not from other person's pocket. That's a wrong charity. Went to Governor Ron DeSantis when he came to my house for dinner, and I asked him, I said, Governor, what is the reason we can't do Diwali, and do you know Diwali? And he knew about Diwali. He was a congressman. He said, yeah, I know Diwali very well. And I said, why not we do in your house? So right here in my house, he said, and he said, okay.
Opening it up and doing the first ever Diwali celebration, I think it's us recognizing, the great contributions of Hindus, but particularly Indian Americans in the state of Florida.
Happy Diwali to all, and first of all, big thank you. We must give it to my governor, Governor Ron DeSantis, and First Lady Casey DeSantis. Must give a big round of applause.
As a family, we're very passionate about guns. We've made it a part of our routine to stay practice of shooting.
I love arms, only reason because it gives safety to me, my family, my friends, my property and all that. I do not want anybody else by force and take my property. I do not want to get injustice because somebody has a better weapon or better strength than me and knock me out.
Okay, Dad, what do you want to shoot today?
So today is a beautiful day, and I'm thinking maybe we go with your, this one.
Before I was like not much into, I say, why we need the weapon and all that here. But now my kids are involved, they enjoy shooting and all that. My husband, he used to shoot before I got married, he had his own gun and all that. But we all enjoy, it's like fun.
You know, as driven as he is to do the things that he does, I learned very early on that he cares, and caring is important. So he cares about people, that comes through, and that's important.
In Florida, no one seriously pursues public office without coming to see Danny Gaekwad, because they know he brings not only his commitment, his vision, his judgment.
He's done so many good things in Ocala and for Ocala. It's hard to really, pinpoint the accomplishments that he's done. There's so many. He's helped us out with, a lot of charitable causes. I mean, when we need some help, everybody says, "Oh, call Danny. Danny will help you."
Once something he makes in his mind, he's going to achieve it. It might take a week, it might take a month, it might take a year, but once it's in his head, he's going to do it.
He's very positive and very on fire. He's always raring to go, and it's like he doesn't stop. He's just like the Energizer Bunny, it's Energizer Danny. He's always ready to go and always wanting to follow for the next step.
That a lot of people see that now he has money. They don't understand that it wasn't always like that. There was a time when they had to struggle, and they put every penny they had aside. They didn't go out. They didn't go drinking with their friends at the club. That's the struggle, but that was their grind. That's how they did it.
He is very stubborn, but in a way, it is good where we are right now, at which stage, because of his stubbornness. And because of he's very tenacious on the things that whatever he gets in his mind, he will make sure he'll get it done. And because of this nature only, we are where we are right now.
And I think my learning will stop the day I will die. I'm a great learner, I want to learn more, and I think if I don't learn something on the day, I feel it's a very useless day. I am very curious and I must learn.